What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our next deck profile for the BT16 format of the Digimon TCG. We are coming back with our new red vaccine deck, or as my Discord group likes to call it, Bird is the Word. Our new Digimon red vaccine deck with the new X-Antibody support. It's really cool, and I am super excited to show you guys. I've been wanting to play this deck for a while. I played it last format. It was pretty good. Wasn't super consistent, but with the new support we got, I think this deck is even better, and I definitely hope that somebody finds a way to make it top. I don't know if I'll be the one or if somebody else will be brave enough to take it to a competitive play event and do well with it. I think it is a very good deck. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to top events in this format with some of the crazy cards we got, but it's definitely very strong, and I do really like playing the deck, and I can't wait for there to be more support for the deck. Anyways, but hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's show you what's changed about the deck. Here we have our eggs. Eggs are the same as last time. We're playing the BT15 egg, which is the on deletion return one Digimon with Avian Bird Beast, Animal, Sovereign, other than Sea Animal in one of your traits to the trash. We're going to assume that every time I say with Avian Bird Beast, it's going to be the same thing. It's never Sea Animal. It's always the birds and sovereigns, basically. From your trash to your hand. And then we also play the on deletion. If you have Red Tamer, draw one in case you get through all your eggs, because this deck does delete stuff a lot. So there's that. That's it for the eggs. BT15 one's the most important one, obviously, because it adds stuff back to your hand, which is the whole point of the deck. And to the level 3s, we have Biomon here from BT15. It's got the start of your main phase ability of trashing one Digimon card with Avian Bird. Yeah, we know what we're talking about. In one of its traits from your hand, reveal the top 4 cards of the deck. Add one red card among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. So you get to add one red card. So any red card, so Tamer 2. And then you just trash a one of your cards that you can get back with the Yokomon. So that's good. It's also got the inheritable once returned when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack. Gain 1 memory. So that's pretty sweet. We play our BT11 Bmons, 4 of them. It's got the on-play reveal top 3. Add 1 red Digimon card with vaccine in its traits and 1 red Tamer card among them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of the deck. It also has an on-deletion inheritable of if you have a red Tamer in play, gain 1 memory. Yeah, so more memory gain, but that one's on deletion, obviously. And then we play 3 copies of the BT3 Biomon, which has the on-play if played by an effect by returning one of your Christie Daemons to the hand, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Garudamon in the hand, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. So it can warp Digivolve past your level 4s. This is really good in the deck. I was playing this at 2. I bumped it back up to 3 because you do play a lot of Garudamons. You don't play a lot of level 4s. So you want to be able to warp Digivolve as much as you can, bypassing those level 4s. And it also has the on deletion draw 1. So you want to see this card. Super good. You definitely want to see it. So I feel like you have to play 3. So that's it. That's 11 level 4s. Not a super big level 4 count, but this is not super. You only have a big count of bigger monsters in this deck. We play 4 copies of the Birdramon from BT15. It's got the when Digivolving, return 1 red Digimon card with the Avian Bird Beast, all that stuff. Other than Sea Animals in one of its traits from your trash to your hand, so it adds a piece back to your hand. It also has the your turn once per turn when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, gain 1 memory. So the same thing, just adding memory when you attack. We also play 2 of the Birdramon from BT11, which is a blocker, and it also has the you may play 1 red Tamer card with the play cost 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. So you can play your memory Tamer or anything below it, which is really great. So good on deletions. These are the ones you want to see. And the thing is too is even if you don't have a lot of level 4s, you can add them back to your hand with all these on deletion effects that we're digging into. Lastly, we play one Saber Dramon because he's super good. He's got Raid, Retaliation. He is a bird, and he is a vaccine. And then he has the on deletion, return one red or purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So super good. The other thing too is they're all 5k DP, which is relevant. If you've seen the last deck profile, it is relevant in the deck, but we'll get to that. So that's just it. 7 level 4s. That's so low. On to the massive amounts of level 5s. We play 3 Garudamon Ace, which has the 4 cost to play, or the Blast Digivolution with Overflow 3. So it can Digivolve for free. On play when Digivolving, you may play 1 play cost 4 or lower Tamer from your hand without paying the cost. Super good. And then all turns, once per turn, when one of your Digimon Tamers is played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. So if your opponent has blocker or even inheritable blocker, this is super good. I don't play 4. The deck space is tight, and I think 3 is good enough. I think you want to see it, but you do want to see some of your other stuff. So I do think 3 is an okay number. I play 2 Garudamon from BT16, which is an on-play when Digivolving. You may play 1 red Tamer card with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying the cost. It's also got on deletion, delete your opponent's Digimon 6k DP or less. This isn't super, doesn't always come up, but this is just great because it's on play and when Digivolving. So it gets you it without having to die. Whereas we also play 2 of the BT11 Garudamon, which has the on deletion inheritable. You may play 1 red Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. So you have to die to get your Tamer. But it also has a blocker as its main ability, which is irrelevant. It's really relevant. Blocker's really good in this format. So I think 2 and 2 is just a great mix. And then we play 4 of the new Garudamon Ace because this card is cracked. You don't need to max out on one of your Tamers anymore because of his ability, which is he Digivolves on Garudamon for 0, so that's great. On play when Digivolving, you may return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to the hand. Then if Garudamon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP than this Digimon. So he's 8k, so that's pretty big without any kind of buffs you might be able to get from certain things. But which I don't think you really have any buffs in this deck. But he's 8k, so you can pause something 8k. I don't play any X-Antibody cards because you play so many Garudamons and Phoenixmons that I just don't feel like you need it. I was playing what was it? Protoform, but I felt I needed the space for that 3rd Biomon, so I dropped it because you should always be able to get a Garudamon in your hand and go into this guy. And you don't need that DP ability. You're still going to get the returning a card to your hand, which activates his other ability, which is your turn once per turn. When a card returns from your trash to the hand, one of your Digimon gains Rush. Super good. That's what Red Vaccine is about, is giving your guys Rush and being able to attack a lot with them. He has the on deletion of trashing the top card of your opponent's security stack, which is also really cool. The fact he is a 0 cost X-Antibody Digivolution is also really good. So that deleting one of your opponent's Digimon is not as the most important thing, but it's still really easy to do in this deck. I mean, you have 7 other copies of Garudamon to go over this guy. So you play 11 level 5s, which I've never heard of playing 11 level 5s. So it's super, super good. Really important card for the deck. We play 3 of the Phoenixmon from BT11. Your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you may activate one of this Digimon's on deletion effects. So any of the on deletions in the heritable. And then on deletion, you may play a red Digimon card with the Avian Bird Beast. Yeah, we know the spiel. In one of its traits, and 3,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost for each red Tamer you have in play. Add 2,000 to the maximum DP this card may play by that effect. Really good. All your guys are under 3. All your other guys are 5. So as soon as you as soon as you start taking, as soon as you get a tamer, you can play any one of these. As soon as you get another tamer, you can play any one of your regular Garudamons at 7K, and then, so on and so forth, and then up to, up to these guys at 11, right? Once you have like 4 tamers on board. So, you just add the 2K DP, which is really good. You can even play this guy because it's got an on play as well once you get like 3 tamers on the board. So super, super good. We won't play 3 of it because we're tight. Again, we're tight for space, and it's not super good early game. Sometimes you want to play this Phoenix Mon from BT15 early game, which is on play on deletion. If your opponent has 3 or fewer security cards, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. If they have 4 or more, trash top card of their security stack, which will activate some of your inheritables. And then when Digivolving, you may play 1 red Digimon card with 5,000 DP or less, or 1 red tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. So early game, this is a little bit better, but late game, this can be super, super good. So it's kind of how we do it. 3 Phoenixmon X-Antibody, the other X-Antibody card we got from BT16. So it's a 5 to Digivolve on a level 5, which is huge. But it is 2 cost on a Phoenixmon, which is still pretty huge. But it's got when Digivolving Blitz, and then your turn when while Phoenixmon or X-Antibodies and this Digimon's Digivolution cards attach end of attack to all of this Digimon's on deletion effects. And then on deletion, you may play 1 11K DP or lower red Digimon card with Avian Beasts, blah, 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 in one of its traits from your hand without paying the cost. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as the Digimon played by this effect. Super good. The fact that you can attach end of attack to all this Digimon's deletion effects is super strong, and this is what makes the deck so much better, because you have that giant stack of on deletion effects that you can just blitz attack and then activate. So it can be super, super good. And that's it for our Digimon. Like this is such a great card. It just really adds a lot to the deck. And then we have our tamers. We play 3 Sora. Sora's got as a memory tamer, 4 cost, and it also has the all turns. When a red Digimon card returns from your trash to the hand, by returning this tamer to the hand, you may play 1 13,000 DP or less red Digimon with the blah, 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 all the bird traits, except for Sea Animal, in one of its traits from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your opponent's security cards, remove 2,000 from the effect playable from the playable card's DP. So basically, it's bad. It's your memory tamer, but it's bad to use its other effect early game because you only get to play like a level 4 or level 3, but late game, potentially play it, get rush, attack for game, basically. So it can be super good. And then we play 3 Akiho, which is not as good now that you have this guy. You don't need it as much because it has the on play of reeling top 4, adding a Digimon card with vaccine its traits among them to your hand, and placing the rest on the bottom of your deck. But then it has your turn when you play a red Digimon with Avian Beasts, blah, 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 other than Sea Animal and one of its traits, by an effect, by suspending this tamer, that Digimon gains rush. So it can give rush. This guy can give rush to anything, whereas this gives rush to the Digimon played by an effect. So still really good, but you don't need to run 4 of it now because of that. Play 2 Christy Damon. Start your main phase. If you have a Digimon with Bird, Avian its traits, gain 1 memory. Also, on play, one of your Digimon gains. On deletion, you may play 1 Biomon from your hand or trash without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn. So this is what you want to do, is you want to have this in trash or in your hand. Potentially bring, that out, search out this or trash that, and search out another piece like a Garudamon, and then have, you play this. You can attack with your Biomon. It dies. You play that Biomon for free from your hand or trash. You go into the Garudamon. It's super good. I feel like you don't need 3 Christie though. I do like, I do like this combo. I feel like 3 Biomon is necessary, but I feel like the Christie, it's not your only play, but you have such good ways of getting to your tamer cards. I feel like 2 Christie is enough. I feel like if you do any more than that, it might clog in your hand. So I do like 2 as my max number for that. And that gives us 8 tamers, which is actually pretty huge. So that's it for our tamers. Play 3 Wings of Love, which is your 2-cost option that allows you to play a red tamer with a cost of 4 or less without paying the cost. So you basically pay your memory tamer for 2 or any of your other tamers for 2. So I mean, like, if you have that, you can easily not pass turn and do that combo I just talked about. And then if you have Sora on the field, return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to your hand, which procs some of your effects. So that's really good. And then in security, you may play 1 Biomon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then add this card to the hand, which is always really good. And then lastly, 2 offense training for those reduced Digivolution costs and to search for your stuff. And you play a lot of tamers and options, so you definitely want to be able to just add a red card. And everything's red in the deck, so it's good. Yeah, and that is the deck, guys. Tell me what you guys think. I think that these cards are super good. They've added a lot to the deck. Super strong and just made the deck a lot more consistent, and I'm really excited to test this deck even more this format because I really like the rush. I like the fact that we have a cool Biomon deck and that it's like super red and nothing else really other than the purple Saber Dramon, but that card is just a really great tech. Anyways, tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you like the deck, what you think I could do different. Do you think 2 Christies is enough with the 3 Biomon, or do you think I'm fooling myself here? But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.